Good to see you, Hunter. I picked up the 308 Carbon in the store. You might have seen my video already with the engraved version, but there I didn't really focus much on shooting animals. I just showed off the weapon. This time I want to take this weapon out in the field. This is Timbergold Trails with a lot of the larger animals like Rocky Mountain elk, the grizzly bear. Also want to use it on mule deer and wolves if we see any. I want to quickly turn into the sunlight here so you can see the weapon. This is the carbon version. This is the iron sights. And then when we look in the inventory, we can use the 2 to 10 by 42 rifle scope. The scope is pretty useful. It's got a magnification of 2 times, or 6 times, or 10 times. I also like the crosshairs. Okay, let's get going. We can hear some crows. They mark elk carcasses that have been supposedly killed by wolves. The idea of these crows is to show you these carcasses so you can go there. That should support your wolf hunting. But quite honestly, there's so many carcasses and so few wolves. I barely ever seen any wolf tracks near carcasses. So right now the whole wolf hunting is not in any way influenced by these carcasses. We have an elk bull calling. You can see I have a tower here near my starting tent. So I walk up to the tower and usually an animal calls. I can use the tower to hide. In this case it would take too long. Elks don't move that fast. So I will just go and meet the elk halfway. These crows can be a bit annoying. They're really loud. And since the carcasses don't really serve any purpose, I don't make a secret out of it that I don't like these crows. They make a lot of noise. I feel like I have to scream now in order to be louder than the crows. What's gonna happen though is now when I shoot the elk, the crows will flee. Not to return. But also of course I want to listen where the elk is. So right now I'm hearing the crows a lot more than anything else. Oh, there it is already. This is going to be a very close shot. And we got rid of the crows. And we have our first kill. Rocky Mountain elk. But really from very close. Gut, the liver, and the lung. First, 308 bolt action rifle carbon harvest. I will go north from here, and we will meet all the species from the lowlands. So there will be grizzlies, elk, mule deer, and wolves. Before we get to the wolves, actually I want to lose a few words. I think we have the time. Talk about this wolf caller. The store description says that it will attract wolves and sometimes elk cows. But what it really does is the opposite. it will always attract elk cows and only sometimes wolves. I don't know what the wolves do. I've seen where I lured them and they never came, but then I saw them chasing an elk bull and I was thinking, well, wouldn't an elk calf be easier for them to chase than a grown elk bull? So they didn't come to my call, they did something else. Many times they don't come. I don't know why. So if you have this happen for you, there's nothing wrong with you or with your behavior, with your calling. It's just the caller itself. It will not always attract the wolves. So wolf hunting is really hard. Like mentioned, the carcasses are not attractive enough. I don't find wolves around them or tracks. The caller doesn't always call them in. And stalking them is really hard. So hunting wolves is quite a challenge. I can hear a bear. Grizzly bear for sure. With the grizzlies, there is really only one tactics. There he is. Just run at them. Let them attack. It's a blonde bear. And I'm only going to do one shot on purpose because I want to know how the weapon performs on this bear. Bear standing up is always a bad idea. It's an intestine shot. So when the bear gets up, just aim in between the front legs, just slightly higher. And many times I hit the hard from there, but here I had quite some wobble. But anyway, intestine shot for sure. And the bear is going to bleed to death. So maybe a first little test for the 308 carbon. Hunting grizzly bears, like said, only one tactics is really useful. Run after them, let them turn around. When they threaten you, you can shoot them. You can also shoot them when they attack you. You just have to be fast enough. What you do not want to do is shoot after running bears. If a bear runs away from you, you shoot after it. You might hit it and hurt it, but it's not going to be enough. Many times, there's the next bear. Many times one shot's not going to be enough, and once the bear is hurt, it will continue running, and it runs very fast. You will not be able to still run after it and use that tactics. You will have to start sneaking and looking and searching, which is a lot harder. So if it runs away, do not shoot, but instead run after it until it starts dancing with you. I don't think we can pick this one up dead before meeting the next bear. So right now here I'm running into mule and wolf area. Not where I want to be. I will return to the river. We can hear a bear up here. This is it. So I will go after this one and then go and collect the other one, because that's gonna take a while for it to die anyway. As long as you chase animals, they will keep running, and I've seen bleeding is not as fast as if you let them just roam. I don't think it's over here, but anyway, I'll go look. There is a track. So this is my fleeing bear, good to know. I'll return here exactly to this point. And then here we have the new bear. There it is. So here I could shoot in theory, but I wouldn't. I shouldn't. It's only going to be a bad shot, and then the bear will just speed up and not stop again. Much easier if they wait for you. So let's see how cooperative this one is. Where are you, buddy? There you go. Was there 2 bears? So this is how it works, and you can see the bright blood. It's a long shot. Now I heard something up above. So here's our bear. I got the lungs, at least one of them. And I want to check up here what I heard. It's another one. Should we go after this as well? Oh, we do a lot of bear hunting right now. And I really only wanted to shoot one from far at some point. So I will likely fast travel actually after this experience. Are you the other bear? No, you're a deer. The third bear might be here somewhere as well. Okay, a little bit of bear hunting here in between. My test was supposed to be longer shots. See how they do on the animals. Here's a new bear. I would usually go after this. It says about 30 minutes away. That's only 3-4 minutes of running, and then you will catch up. But we have plenty of bears out now. We have this one that we follow. We have the other that we have to go and collect. So I think that's going to be enough of the bears. Except if we can do a longer shot. This one's still going. It can happen that you catch up once the bear returns to roaming, and then it's fleeing again, like here in this case. It's just fleeing again. But don't change your tactics. Keep running after it. So you can see here it went to roaming and then decided to run. It's a random factor. At some point every bear will stop and turn. Grizzly bear, that is. Oh, look. Oh, this is probably the second track from the small bear. Yes. It's not our wounded bear. So, how much further do you want to go? There it is. And it decides to flee again. Oh, now it's stuck. That's not fair. Guys, I think I just heard another bear run. Here you go. Waited for it to turn to me and attack. And that's what I did. And here we just had the other bear, bear number 4. Wow, that's a lot of bears. I keep running after them. So the topic is actually 308 carbon. I like the sound and I like the power. It deals well with the bears here. It's important that your first shot is a good one, at least a vital hit, if not a kill shot, because otherwise you have a hurt bear running forever. So the plan, I don't want to even say plan B, it's now plan C, is to collect this one as well, run back, pick up bear number 1, and then fast travel to the river and do some of the longer shots as we had planned. I don't mind, go back to where I need to go. He keeps going northwest, northeast actually. It's trotting. Now we can hear it breathe. gonna die. It's a long shot. Okay, a lot of bears. And I'm gonna run back towards my red dot and find bear number 1 after we've collected 2, 3, and 4. I really mean to go and collect my bear, but I'm just running back here and I hear a bear trot away from me. This is crazy. There's so many bears here. There it goes. Can we collect this one as well? This is crazy. Doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. There it is. Right now it's trotting. That's a good chance. Oh, no, it's fleeing. And turning. Another bear. First shot was stomach intestine. I'm glad I shot another. So we have this one as well. And again, attempting to run back to bear number 1. So I'm almost at my red dot here. Just noticed another track, which is my bear. So I don't have to run all the way back. What I want to do here quickly is show you the map. First I want to get rid of the red dot. So this is where I started, and this is the bear hunting grounds here, where I found so many bears right now. The other thing I wanted to do was load a new package of the ammunition. I'm down to 3 shots, and I just like to have plenty of shots available. So it's possible that we don't actually need to run very far, that the bear's gonna be dead here somewhere. But the way this detour started, that was the only way to play it. There it is. The blonde bear. And the shot was from 30 meters. Of course, not any problems. Alright, so I'm gonna fast travel here to this tent here. I have a tower there, and maybe from there we can do some shots. Wow, bear right here. Right next to me. You have to see this. Oh, too late. You see the antlers, and then the deer comes in. And I really wanted to do a longer shot at some point. Wow, now he's attacking me. And I'm up in the tower. That's pretty cool. I have an elk here. So maybe a few wolves running down the hill. So I hit the key to enter this tower. Bear mumbled me, and when I restored with a medipack, with a medikit, I ended up in the tower. This is not good for a long shot either. I think that's my bear. It's another blonde. might have noticed when aiming at the bears how much I wobble. And here from the tower it's gonna be a lot better. You see this is almost dead still. That's the way it should be for longer shots. This is thanks to the towers. Oh, how I hate these crows. I think I'm gonna shoot the bow after them. Oh, there's a deer. Might also be nervous from the wolves. So this elk running down the hill is a chased elk. Maybe some wolves are in the area. Oh, there's elk in the distance. Ooh, this might work actually. And I can go away from these crows here. Can you stand still right there? Right there. She doesn't. Right, my next option is the bear that attacked me. And now totally plays innocent. Who, me? Attack the hunter? No. Over here, maybe a deer. It disappeared from the render range here. Is the elk gonna walk down in the field? I just collected 5 bears. I don't want to shoot another before I hunt anything else. It's a blonde, another blonde. The good thing about the 308 is it's got a wide range of permitted animals. All the way from the bison down to coyotes and roe deer, red kangaroos. Oh, that's my elk. This is my elk. I missed her. Not good. Yes, why don't you stop again, please? Not the best shot. There goes the bear. But not the best shot is also an option for a weapon test. So there goes the bear. I'm thinking. Oh, that's good. Yeah, stop right there. I was thinking about going closer and attempt to shoot that as well. I don't have a good shot. Maybe this. If you're new to the game, when you shoot, just hold the mouse button and you will stay right there. It's not gonna reload. This weapon doesn't reload because of the magazine, but other weapons who are single shot will go immediately into loading. So what I'll do here is I'll mark this position. Wow, that was a long shot. Is that true? Anyway, somewhere behind these trees, I'll mark this. because I think I can find the elk easier. Hey, the crows are gone. Isn't that cool? Ooh, this might be the bear. I don't know. Many bears. At least in this hunt, sometimes you have to look for them. So I think I can find the elk track without the red dot. I only have one red dot. The shot wasn't the best. In the end, I was hoping for intestines. But let's go see. Looking for tracks from a lonesome elk cow. Yeah, this is it. And now, what did we hit? Look at this, long shot, excellent. We have a dead elk cow, and I'm really wondering about the distance. It was a good distance. There she is, didn't run far. 180 meters almost, and the wound time was less than 9 seconds. That is a well-performing rifle, I would say. That is a bit surprising. Like mentioned initially, I do have the engraved version, and I shot one elk in that hunt, and I didn't feel like it was super strong. But I'm pretty happy with this result. Now I'm really wondering about the bear. That was another big distance, I think even longer than the 180 meters from the elk. We'll see. The rangefinder gave me over 200 meters. But going through the vegetation there with the spotting there, it might not be right. Just one track, that could be the bear. Yes, it was fleeing. So the elk cow was quite surprising. That was a really good shot. I didn't think my shooting was good, but the weapon did well. So here we hit the bear. And we hit body only. 74%. That's not going to be enough for a one-shot kill. Not likely. He stopped bleeding already. But then it was really a big distance. Now it's been a while, so maybe this one is going to actually really be around even though it's hurt. If you run after bears immediately after hurt, after grizzly bears, they will always run. Let's see what this one does. Yeah, he's gonna flee. So I'd like to actually collect this one only to know the distance. The shooting distance from the first shot. And now if we're super lucky we can make a second shot. Nope. I would love to know the distance of that shot. So what do we do? Running is not going to work here. It's fairly open here as long as the bear doesn't disappear in the woods. What I can do is, I'm thinking, can I do another long shot on a mule deer or an elk bull maybe? This is fairly open, this is steep, so maybe I get a chance. What I can do is follow the bear. I will actually switch to crouching and hope for a really good opportunity. Oh, now it goes up there. So up here we will go on a hill where there is not many animals. There's an elk cow. There she is. Now, of course, I can't see her. Now she's all the way behind the trees there. Would be great for a longer shot, actually. So maybe we'll have to leave this bear alone. And then I follow it anyway. This might be another chance. We have to be really lucky that the bear ran straight over into the open. So I'll do this. If the bear is around, I'll try and bag it. Otherwise, we will look for another animal. So there's a mule deer. This buck is on the mountainside, but not too far. It's not going to be a long shot, really. So the bear has been officially abandoned. Die in peace. I'm gonna get a letter from Doc, and it's gonna be the third from him at least. Mule deer, where are thou? There's another elk cow, presenting herself perfectly. Not nearly as exciting as a bull, of course. But hey, this is the game. You cannot make a wish list. You have to shoot what comes around. And it's my first hunt, so it's not like I'm gonna do 10 hunts and then show you the best and here you go, how wonderful this was. This is life. And we have to shoot what comes, so alright, here's the plan then. I will look at this elk cow, pick that up and then walk along the river. If we have anything calling, we'll call it down to the river, move away and produce the long shot that way. Here's our cow. And it's not a good shot. It's only body shot. So this cow is also going to survive. So we will say the bear was roughly at 200 meters. We measured the distance, made a dot, and that's where the track was. So at 200 meters, shooting bears in the lungs, maybe a good hunter who actually hits what he aims for. And then this cow I will definitely go and collect. I want to know the distance as well, because I thought that shot wasn't actually too bad. If you feel the shot was not as good as it should have been, please post below the video. Tell me what you think about the shot. I'm happy to learn from anyone who has good ideas to improve this. There are some weapons in the game who will actually still kill the animal even though there's not much bleeding. The long cold is one of those. You shoot at animals and you feel like it didn't really do much damage, but then they die in the long run anyway. And of course the bows, once you hit, the animal will always die. Unless you run out of time. There's a track down there. Did she turn around here? I wouldn't mind. 18 minutes ago. That's not recent. And this one's even older than. "20 minutes. So like I said, this cow I really want to collect. I want to know the distance. Maybe she responds already. So, crouching, otherwise we'll just keep her chasing away. I don't see a difference really between Rocky Mountain elk, cows and Roosevelt elk. Once they spook, they will run, then they will trot around. But they will return to normal rather fast. I want to know where this buck is. And I want to keep my track so I don't confirm until I see the dome. Where is she? Over there. Ooh, the buck is down by the lake. That usually means open sight. Not much trees around the lake there. So this cow has returned to roaming. We can hear something. There she is. You can see the animation here. She is walking around head down for the rest of her life, which is only gonna last a few more seconds. And now she even calls. There was something running in the background. Okay. So what I want to know here is the distance of the first shot. First shot, 174 meters body shot. I had the other cow at 178, but not this one. Okay. Quick look on the map. Getting rid of the red dot. This is our hunt so far with the 308 carbon. I hope you're enjoying it. I quite do actually, especially because of 5 bears in the beginning. Then 1 bear not dying. And we have bagged 2 elk cows. We didn't bag the mule deer though from the tower. But now I really want to go and have some open sights down by the river. I think the test is really going good so far. I like the weapon. It likely performs as we would expect. 1 elk cow dying at 180. 1 elk cow not dying at 173. So here's an advice that I'm sure you have never heard before. Make sure to aim well. I feel like I'm running in circles. This is the tent that we fast traveled to, where the bear attacked us, and we ended up waking up in the tower. Just getting in a call from the king of the forest. Rocky Mountain elk, bull. And I also hear breathing from a bear. There it is. If I call from the other side of the river, then he should be attempting to cross the river. This is great. If I can make the shot here quickly, please. Don't go anywhere. This is great. Yes, just like that. And he's going away. Oops. Lay on the rock, not under the rock. There goes the elk, although I'm not happy with the shot. I think it was a bit too high. So when your weapon is at low skill level, the problem is that you cannot hold breath for very long. But let's see what we did here. It ended up being a long shot anyway, likely due to the angle from the deer. And here is our bull. Right lung. Shot distance 110. Nothing fancy. We had another bull running here. Must have been this one. So we have a number of bears, a number of elk, one surviving bear, and these are really the big animals here. Nevertheless, I would like to also shoot a mule deer or a wolf. So what I will do is I will continue going north along the river. This is where we can produce a few longer shots. Oh, I see a bear. Did I just see another bear? So I'm not sure what I saw here, but this is a bear right here. Let's go check out what we hit. And if a follow-up shot is required, no follow-up shot is required. Bear's already dead in the water. I was gonna run for the blood, and if it wasn't lungs, I would have shot again. But then saw the bear dead in the water. Alright, let's return to walking. 4 shots left. It's again a bear. It's funny, I thought I had seen a bear over here somewhere. And then there actually was one right by the river. Bridge coming up. No, it does not give you any wobble reduction. At least no one ever mentioned that. No, they had to add wobble reduction to the deployable towers, to the fixed towers like we have in the early reserves. I don't think they thought about adding wobble reduction to the bridge, which they really should have. You can rest your gun just as nicely on the railing. Oh, we can find out. While our stroll continues, looking for maybe a mule or gray wolf after all. So when I aim with my weapon, standing without holding breath, this is how it wobbles. And when I go on the bridge, why would that be different? I aim. This is the wobble. How about this for some really serious science? And the result is that the bridge doesn't give any wobble reduction. We learn something every day. Look at the grass, the waves in the grass when the wind's blowing. Although there's a game in the make that has this even much better. Call of the Wild is coming up. I'm looking forward to this. But right now we're in the Hunter Classic. And I would think it's about time for a call. So for any bear hunter, I think this goes for any bears, for also the brown bears, the black bears, and the mighty polar bear. This gun is certainly performing well. Although the polar bear and the grizzly bear are really simple. Run after the tracks, wait for it to turn around, shoot right next to the head into the lungs, and the bear dies most of the time within a few seconds. All right, where's the next one? Ooh, there's a nice elk. Actually, nothing fancy, really. Where are the wolves and the mule deer? Down it goes. It's funny, if you're looking for bears and elk, you have mule deer all the time. And in this case, I'd actually like to see some mule deer. Well, we've had one from the tower that we saw, and we had another one calling. I couldn't find it quickly, but then also was way too close. There lies the next elk. Solid lung shot. Funny enough though, it says right lung. Did you see that? I shot it on the left side. Which means the bullet flew somehow through the left lung and hit the right lung. Or it was because of the elk was trotting. The bullet entered the elk just before the left lung, and by the time it reached the right lung, the bull had moved forward by 10 centimeters. No, I don't know, of course not. Sometimes I just wonder how these things come around. Look at this, brown wolf. It's a gray wolf brown version. Oh, there's a gray as well. Oh, but they're always trotting. Hello? And it dies. Yes, we have a wolf. Nice, 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 nice. Excellent. So we ran into wolves. I shot a brown wolf. Then it just stood there and thought about, should I die or should I live? And then it said, well, I'm just gonna die. Let this poor hunter finally collect a wolf or something else than bear and elk. And then this poor guy can finish the video. That's very nice of you, really. I actually think what happened is I hit the spine. Let's go see. Canines, which means wolves, coyotes, red foxes and Arctic foxes cannot bed down, but they should. Whenever you hit the spine, they should bed down, but they can't. They don't have this animation. So when you hit the spine, they stand around, and then they die. So let's see if this was a spine shot. It was a body shot. Looking at this, it was a spine shot. So my theory adds up. Hey, this is the end of the video. Let's turn around and act like we're taking a trophy shot, which not going to. This is the last animal in this hunt. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's just show off the weapon once more. Whoops, stand up. Because now in the trophy shot we have mirror view. Why don't you come here in the sun? Thank you very much. This is such a great actor. He knows exactly what I wanted to do. Stand here. Yes, perfect. So this is the 308 Carbon. Enough talking, enough playing, enough shooting for today. I hope you like this. Thank you very much. Stay in touch.